Hello, this is Jeremy Speiser, the Cocktail Critic, and today we're going to talk about how to make what I consider the absolute perfect best martini you'll ever have. Now, I want to say a few words about the martini first. Now, there's a trend these days to not use vermouth or really use barely any of it at all. People are scared to death of vermouth like it's some disgusting thing that you only want to have a few drops in your glass, swirl it and dump it. Well, let me tell you something. That's insane. Vermouth is great, but it needs to be stored properly. Now, this is my favorite vermouth. This is Dolan French Dry Vermouth. This will run you about $17 to $20, and it's absolutely worth it. Okay, this is made from French white wine, and it's fortified. What does fortified mean? Fortified with what? Vitamin C? Calcium? No. It's a white wine fortified with liquor. Now, here's the thing with vermouth, is that it doesn't stay very well. It'll last, as soon as you open it, taste it, okay? Then a week later, taste it again. You'll see a little bit of degradation. In a refrigerator, it would last probably for about 3 months, but after about 1 month, you might notice a difference in taste, okay? But 3 months tops. I've had this for a few weeks, and I'm already starting to notice something. It depends how sensitive your taste is, but it needs to be refrigerated, and 1 month, give it a taste and see if it's still good. The problem is a lot of bars, you'll notice, their vermouth, they barely use any of it, and they don't refrigerate it. So you've got bad vermouth, and since they only use a few drops, in their martinis, it doesn't taste good. So if you have quality vermouth, you refrigerate it, there's no reason to spill it out. It's great, but you gotta know how to use it, and I'm gonna show you how. Another thing is, now what is the original martini? What is the authentic martini for all you purists out there? Well, the farthest that I've found any information of the martini, the farthest I've ever seen it recorded, was in Harry Johnson's book in 1888. And is equal parts vermouth and equal parts gin. Okay, and it was probably ounce of gin, ounce of vermouth, but back then my guess is it was even sweet vermouth. The red Italian vermouth was probably what it was. So sweet vermouth, gin, and he says, a little either curacao or absinthe. He writes that, curacao or absinthe, some gum syrup, which is simple syrup with some gum arabic in it, but it's a viscous, simple syrup. So that's that, and some Boker's bitters. Boker's bitters has been defunct for a long time, and now you can buy it from the San Francisco Bitters Company. It's great, but that's the original, or that's the, I can't say original because we don't really know who started, but that is the oldest recorded martini. Was equal parts vermouth, equal parts gin, curacao, or absinthe, Boker's bitters, and some simple syrup. Now, I'm going to show you how to make what I consider the greatest martini. Now, why do we make a martini? For me, a martini, it's a cocktail, but it's more than a cocktail. It's just showcasing the gin. Okay, it's a way to really showcase gin and show gin in all its glory. Now, pick a gin that you really want to showcase. For me, right now, I want to showcase this, Martin Miller's gin. Now, let me tell you about Martin Miller's gin. This gin is it's a British gin used with Icelandic water. Okay, this is a fantastic gin. Now, I think a martini shouldn't just be something you concoct. It really should be used to showcase the type of gin you want. If you want a London dry gin, you could use Beefeater. Even Plymouth. Plymouth it's like a London Dry, but it's a little smoother, a little more mellower. There's Broker's Gin, which is fantastic. Tanqueray. There's so many different gins out there, and they're all a little different. Okay, London Dry Gin's gonna have a really strong bite, and something like Beefeater's got the real citrus bite. Tanqueray's really bold, big. Miller's it has a real gin taste, but it's really smooth. And that Icelandic water really makes it fantastic, and it's just a great combination. So I want to use this. If you want to use, there's a whole bunch of gins now. There's like all these American gins. Wisconsin's making gin. Oregon's making gin. Yeah, if you want to try it, go for it. I really stick to the British gin for the most part. I'll use Hendrick's gin, the Scottish gin, for some special cocktails when I want to have something that requires Hendrick's. Hendrick's is very cucumbery, orange peel, rose petal flavor in it. But now I want to showcase the Martin Miller's gin. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how what I consider to make the most incredible martini. You will amaze yourself and you will amaze all your friends. So take the jigger, okay? And you want to use a jigger because we want to measure correctly. All right, we're not just slamming, Jack and Cokes, okay? I can already smell the botanicals from this. This is a phenomenal gin. So basically, take a gin that you want to showcase. Take a gin that you really want to taste it in all its glory. But see, the thing about gin is you don't really drink gin straight. It's not like a good scotch where you're going to, you could just drink it neat, or a really good brandy or cognac. I mean, gin, you kind of need to mix it with something. That's the most amazing thing about it. But a martini done right will show the gin in its perfect form as far as I'm concerned. So we're going to do 2.5 ounces of gin. Now, notice there's no ice in the glass. Now, this is a strong drink, okay? So after one of these, you might not be driving. So be responsible, okay? This is not, it's not a vodka soda. This is a strong drink. Okay, so I put 2.5 ounces of an excellent gin. We're going to do 1/2 ounce of Dolan, all right? And this is going directly back into the refrigerator after I'm done with this video. All right. Now, bitters. For this, we're not going to use the Boker's bitters. We're going to use orange bitters. Now, there's actually 3 very popular orange bitters on the market. One is Fees Brothers, but I say stay away from. It's more like some orange, zesty thing. It's not even really bitters as far as I'm concerned. There's Regan's bitters, which is fantastic, but this Angostura bitters is more recent. This is the best. This is the greatest. Angostura orange bitters, not just Angostura aromatic bitters. Angostura orange bitters has a very bitter flavor with a huge, robust orange flavor. I recommend this. It's a bunch of different botanicals, a bunch of different herbs and roots, and made of some orange extract. And this is fantastic. Now, this is what we're going to do. Now, a dash is usually like this, okay? We're not going to do that. This is how I want you to do it, how to make this perfect martini. Hold it like this, and simply just go like this. Casually. Now, how many drips out? How many drips out? I'm not counting it, all right? Angostura orange bitters, highly, highly recommended. If you can't find it, get Regan's orange bitters, which is going to have a little less orangey taste. Try it the way I did it now. If it's not orangey enough for you, you could do a little stronger next time, okay? Everybody's taste is going to be a little different. All right, now we have this, and we're going to get ice. First off, everybody's, oh my God, you're bruising the martini. Okay, why do we use ice? We use ice for 2 reasons. One is to dilute. Believe it or not, you want to water down your drink. The second reason we use ice is to chill it. Now, if you're chilling, if you're stirring, it's going to take you about 2 minutes of stirring to make it as cold as shaking it for 15 seconds. But nobody stirs for 2 minutes, okay? But it's going to be cold enough. Now, we don't want to shake this. For one reason is there's not really a reason to. The second is we want to dilute it, but we don't like dilute it too much, okay? We just want to dilute it a little. So, put a good amount of ice, and we're going to stir it, okay? Now, oh my God, we're bruising it. Call the fire department. No, don't worry about it. We want to dilute it a little bit. We don't want to dilute it as much as a shake, okay? Because we still want to taste the gin, but give it a good stir. So stir it. Go both ways if you want. You'll find one way is easier than the other. Now, we want the ice melting a little bit, okay? We just don't want it melting so much like a shake, and we want it cold. Keep your martini glass, or your cocktail glass, however you want to say it, in the freezer, right? I just took mine out of the freezer before I started this video. It was frosted. When you take it out of the freezer, it'll be white and frosted. It's been out for a bit since I made this video, but generally in the freezer. Take your strainer, okay? Julep strainer is what I like to use. Boom. Now, this is the ultimate martini. Lemon twist. Whoa. Now, in the original martini of 1888, say the original meaning first recorded, okay? For all I know, people could have been using it for 20 years before that. But they talk about lemon twist or olive. My memory serves me right. I'm not big on olives. If you want to put an olive, go for it. But just try it exactly how I'm making it now. You don't have to use Miller's, but I recommend using the Dolan. But do it exactly as I'm doing it now with the measurements and everything. And then, if it's not the best martini, you comment on here and you tell me how it's not the best. I bet you everybody here is going to comment and it is the best. Now, of course, taste is subjective. There's no reason to be pretentious or dogmatic about cocktails. If for some reason you want a different way, go ahead and make it different. Alter it, whatever you want. But all I want is please just try it this way first, all right? Now, I'm going to make a lemon twist, but for martinis, I use this. This is a very special, I think it's called a lemon zester. I bought this on Amazon. It's made in France. It's got a little blade on there to make these really cool twists, and I use these for some drinks. Especially the martini, and you can find it as a lemon zester or a lemon twister, something like that. Now hold the lemon over, because when I go to get the twist, I want the essence to come off. What, you know, I don't understand why bartenders, you know, they're doing their twist over here. You're wasting all that essence. We want to get the oils from the skin. Now, you can't see this in the video, I don't think, but if you were here, you see kind of a mist showering over the drink as I peel it. Now, you can make these as long as you like. I'm going to do this. I'm going to wrap it around my spoon. I'm going to get a little more out. There we go, like so. Try it like this, you'll be amazed. Now, on the top of my glass, I can see a beautiful, the oils are laying on top, and I can see that the lemon oils went on it. This is fantastic. And you're going to taste a good gin like Martin Miller's in all its glory, with an incredible wine, fortified wine, Dolan French vermouth, with the bitters, which cuts it a little bit. With the oranginess of it, we just put a little, with the lemon oil on top of it. This is not just gin in a glass with an olive. This is a true cocktail with multiple layers, yet we still get to showcase the gin. I could smell orange and lemon, and the gin and the vermouth. Incredible.